Hey friends, just wanted to touch base to see how everybody's doing. Yeah, times are definitely interesting right now. I kind of am hoping that this is maybe an April Fool's joke, but I'm kind of thinking it's not. So I just want to do a quick little pulse check. Hopefully everyone's doing well, everyone's healthy, your families are healthy, your extended families are healthy, your neighbors are healthy. Definitely some challenging times that we continue to be facing, but we are truly a resilient group of individuals, and I'm blessed to know each and every one of you. As you know, I work with a great collection of lending professionals and truly try to stay cutting edge when it comes to information regarding the housing market, real estate, what's perhaps going on in the area, what's perhaps going on in the state, and what's perhaps going on in the world for that matter in this case. I'm going to try to keep this brief. Yesterday we had the opportunity to sit on a Zoom meeting where Brian Decker of Modern Lending had an opportunity to kind of give us a great outlook on a few different things that are happening right now. It was hosted by Amy and Joe Galante of Tycor Title, as well as Christy from Escrow 321 and Kim Owens, also of Modern Lending. So thank you again to them for putting this together. All my lending partners all provide great nuggets of information. I just try to take from here, take from there, and take what I feel that is going to be most important to you. So, and of course to myself as well, so I can speak educatedly on different topics that I'm being asked questions on. So as all of us know, the CARE Act was recently, I guess, rolled out in order to help many individuals in this time. There's definitely a lot of different stimulus packages that are happening right now, and each one has its own little niche. The big topic right now is forbearance. So what that truly means is basically someone who has lost their jobs or is unable to financially make their mortgage payment. I know in the past video I indicated that that's something that you should look into. If you find yourself in that distressed situation, contact your mortgage provider, find out what your options are. So what everyone is really rumbling about right now is, are we in a housing crisis? No, we are not. And I cannot say that loud enough. Like literally, if I had stairs above me, I'd stand up on top of it and scream, no, we are not in a housing crisis, but we could be. And you know who's kind of in control of that? We all are. Sometimes we create what we fear, and we can definitely create a housing crisis by our own doing. Think about it for a moment. Unfortunately, as a society, there are so many people here that unfortunately will take advantage of the opportunity to not make their housing payment for X amount of months because they want to and because they can, not because they need to. So use that as a last resort as a financially fiscal individual. Consider maybe, and I'm not trying to tell you how to run your finances, but instead of keeping 17 cars, 14 boats, 4 trailers, sand rails, boats, maybe consider eliminating some of those items before you start to miss your housing payment. Because at the end of the day, no, they cannot foreclose on you. They cannot charge you late fees. You can't be evicted during that time of agreement. So that's the key thing. You're gonna have to sign an agreement with your lending company for the extended time that you're looking for forgiveness of not making your payment. That being said, when that agreement ceases, when it's come to term, I assure you, those lenders are going to come back wanting payment. And the other thing that a lot of people aren't taking into consideration, interest is not forgiven. So you're still accruing interest during the time you're not making those payments. So if you're worried about a housing crisis, don't take advantage of a situation if you don't need to, just because you can. Because most people who will do it will then spend that money frivolously on other things because we have a little extra time at home, so we're going to probably use it on ordering things online that we probably shouldn't. If you're really finding yourself in a pinch, do talk to a lender about maybe doing a cash out refi, because a majority of homeowners right now do have equity, and investors know you have equity. So when the time comes for you to pay back what you didn't pay, with interest, believe me, they're going to come back with a vengeance. So just be very, very cognizant of that. So don't create what we fear, because then you'll see a whole nother swing of things where you'll see short sales and foreclosures happening because homeowners took advantage of the forgiveness of not having to make your mortgage payment. And then when they came to collect, they didn't save their money or misappropriated it. So talk to your lenders about a cash out refi if that is something that you find yourself faced with. The other thing that is happening right now is, of course, real estate agents are considered essential, which is great. I know everyone has different emotions about that, but we still have to approach things with caution and care, and of course with respect to everyone's safety. So you're going to see a lot more Zoom meetings, FaceTime, more distancing, still not doing open houses. We're doing more virtual tours, and sellers, do be prepared that the market has changed quite a bit. So we definitely need to be cognizant of that, where you need to, of course, have a great conversation with your agent on how you're going to price strategize. Different marketing things are going to be happening that are a little bit different than usual, as well as buyers being a little bit more open-minded, doing virtual tours, virtual showings on a home that you're looking at. At the end of the day, people are still buying and selling. People still need to relocate for a variety of reasons. And let's be honest, during this time of closeness that we're all spending together, and I hope it's all pleasurable for everybody, well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's probably a variety of things that are going to happen during this time. People are going to realize maybe they don't like each other. And I don't mean that to wish ill on anybody, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Maybe they decide that they need to live in separate homes. Families are probably going to grow. I mean, people are also going to spend a lot more time together. So you might find yourself in a situation where your family's expanding. The other thing is maybe you are living with somebody and you realize that this is it. This is my soulmate and this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And you're currently living in a rental and you want to buy. So, you know, there's a lot of things that happen when people have more opportunity to spend together. I hope this time finds you in a positive light. And I know that I'm not just here to help you with real estate needs, but if you just have a question, if you need me to run by a store, pick up a prescription, drop off something. I mean, if you're local here, I'm out and about still from time to time, and I'd be more than happy to do a little drop by of any items that you need. It's not just about business to me. I care about each and every one of you. You're dear to me, not only as a client, as a friend, and extended family member. So with that being said, I'm hoping that I can give you some nuggets of information that are helpful. Another thing to also, I found myself to watch the stock market even more aggressively than normal. Couple things to be considerate of when you're watching. You know, the stock market go up and down right now. Keep an eye on the S&P 500, of course, employment numbers. And that's really going to be a huge indicator as to how our economy is doing. We're going to bounce back from this. We are not in a high housing crisis. We're definitely in a medical pandemic crisis, but that doesn't necessarily need to translate into a housing crisis unless we make it one. The other thing is, of course, if you are currently in a loan and you're in escrow, there is going to be verification of employment all the way up to the very end. And if you're currently in contract right now, guidelines can and will change periodically throughout that transaction. And unfortunately, it's affected people where they can no longer move forward in their contract. They have to cancel escrow. We're just asking that everyone is compassionate to what is going on, because one day we can be entering into an escrow, 3 weeks later, that particular individual may have lost their job and we're not able to verify employment, and lenders are required to do so. So don't think you're going to sneak one past them. They are required to do verbal verification of your employment. So be honest, be transparent. We can navigate through all of this together. Communication is going to be key. Agents working together are going to be key. They're going to see a little bit more drive-by appraisals happening. Again, open houses are still not happening at this point right now, but real estate still continues. It's just going to look a little different. It's going to, you know, feel a little different. Compassion, patience, and being fluid is going to be the key with all of this. So just to kind of, recap a little bit, keep an eye on the S&P 500, watch the unemployment rates. If you find yourself that you are desperately not able to make your housing payment, of course, utilize the options that are available to you to give you a little bit of breathing room. But if you're just doing it just to do it, come on now. We have fiscal responsibility to make our housing payment. Do not be the one who starts the rolling effect of a housing crisis. We are not in one. Let's not make it one. We can control that. If we can talk to your lender about a cash out refi, that will be able to help you potentially during these challenging times. Stay positive, stay healthy, work together as one. And again, don't ever hesitate to call and reach out to me. I don't care if you just need a recipe, if you want to know where my dogs went to the groomers when they were able to go. If you're curious to find out, oh gosh, my favorite restaurant is, my favorite winery is, granted, we can't go yet, but I cannot wait. I will gladly wait 2+ hours once my favorite restaurants open up and wineries open up. Again, stay healthy, stay safe. As you guys know, I'm getting, affected by this personally, with my husband being a first responder, with my son being a first responder, and my daughter training to be a first responder. So caring for their safety as well and caring for yours. So be safe. Holler if you have any questions, and I hope you find these nuggets of information helpful to you. Take care.